Hello, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's your day been? It's been a rainy day. Thank God for the rains. I hope you didn't have it disturbing your schedule in any way. Welcome to Mind Your Character with Bosede Odushola Obasa. I do this every Friday, and it's all about value, back to 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 back. Yeah. Welcome to the show. Last week I started something very interesting, and that has to do with keeping it real, how dreams come true, sharing the RCV story. Such a gratitude to God to be here to tell the story again this year. One of the things you must do as an entrepreneur, I learned this, is tell your story. And it will interest you to know that these principles work no matter what industry you found yourself. I learned this very important principle through the life of Dr. David Oyedepo. For as many people as follow this show, you notice I've always made reference to him again and again, because yes, like I said, if I were to name somebody a life coach, that's him right there. From teenage years, influencing every single aspect of my life, from marriage to business to character to just name it, any and every like you say. And so I learned from him, even though it's also one of the things I learned as a PR student, to tell your own story. Tell your own story. Learn to tell your story, because no one can tell your story like you will do. So if you see, I tell my story without any form of feeling of, oh, why don't you wait till when you are 20? Why don't you wait till when your business is 30? No. The masters that we are learning from, the persons whose huge story of success we're trying to replicate, has shown how telling your story bit by bit is the thing to do. So today I'm continuing with telling the story of dream come true, and I'm picking the lessons that young people who are trying to start, or people who are trying to be encouraged to continue, can pick. Dreams do come true, so keep your own dreams alive. Don't let anything discredit your dream. Don't let anyone discredit your dream. Your dream is valid. Believe in your dream and give your dream its best shot. Last week, I said I have a list of items I wanted to share about telling the story. I didn't just want to tell the story generally. So I wanted to pin them on certain themes, THEME. So last week, I spoke about clarity and extensively dealt with clarity, helping you see how it's important for you to understand the vision, to understand who you are sent to understand where your location should be, to have good knowledge of product and industry. Yes, to understand the highs and the lows of what you are venturing into, and to develop tenacity from that, and also everything around it. So I will begin today by saying again that RCV came as an inspired idea, and my own inspiration basically comes from God. Everybody has what inspires them. Everybody has who they lean to. Like Dr. Olumide Emmanuel will say, he say you're either in the secret place or you're in the secret cult. So everyone has, what do you call it now? They say you refer to higher power to know where you're going, and it's important to pay attention to where you're going. So the beauty of knowing where you're going is that you'll be able to pay all the attention that you need to pay to get in there. So today, on today's show, I'm going to be talking about focus. Focus as one of the things that will happen when you understand clearly what your assignment is. A dream, an assignment, a task, a project that you know, this is what I've been sent to give to life. This is the value I've been sent to add to life. When you're clear on it, focus becomes just part of the package. You find out that you are able to focus. It becomes very difficult for you to be distracted. The sort of distractions that people face today, that you just find out that, oh, someone says, oh, this is what he's selling now. People are selling kuli kuli, and then poof, you have jumped to kuli kuli. The reason why you could do that so easily was because you probably lacked focus on what you were doing or supposed to be doing. So focus is one of the things that I know has happened to me. So I'm telling the RCV story. So let me talk about focus and the RCV story, for instance. In 10 years of the vision, and in almost 10 years of running it as a company. Okay, so if you followed me last week, you will hear that I said this October made it 10 years that the RCV vision was birthed, inspired by research, by asking critical questions in my mind and getting answers. Good. So this makes it exactly 10 great years. Awesome. And next year will make it 10 years that as a business it has been running. Don't forget that out of clarity I was able to know that, oh, this is not an NGO, this is not supposed to be an NGO, this is supposed to be a full-fledged business. And it has run as a full-fledged business ever since then. Good. So now, clarity gave me focus. Clarity of the vision of RCV has given me focus, literally focus. I've been able to focus on this one. So by focus, do I mean that I have never sold any other thing? I have never done any other thing? No. If anything, I have brought any other thing I have to do or know how to do under it. So currently, I edit books. And you're saying, oh, what has editing of books got to do with character development? Because I eventually found out character development is adding value to life. And you get into business, you understand the thing about streams of income. So you understand that, yes, you might have to find yourself putting the thing together, but none of the things that I do have ever been in contrast, like in contention with people by the grace of God to put into RCV for 10 years of the idea, 9 years of the business. 10 years of the idea, 9 years of the business. How have I been able to do this? Don't forget, I was very clear. I saw all the angles, the much that my eyes or my learning could show me, the more that I could be inspired around. Secondly, I then found myself getting it. And I spoke about enthusiasm last week, that understanding it clearly will give you a burst of energy. And last week when I was talking, you could still see all the excitement in the way I was talking. You could tell that I believe, when they say I believe you, I believe the vision of RCV. I believe the vision of character development. I believe the vision of making life better. I believe the vision of adding value to people. So I say my name is Bosede Oloshola Obasa. I'm a value-adding citizen of the earth. I say wherever value is not found, my name will not be found there. If it does not involve value addition, my name is not there. So it means that I've found that my life is woven around adding value to people, to places, and leaving them better than I met them. Clear cut. And so everything I'm doing comes under the clarity of that vision. One of which is a major of it, which is unleashing character development trainings and consulting on my world and making the world a better place as a result of it. So focus has helped me. Have I ever been distracted? Have there been things that caught my attention? So like as I am here now, I've had to sell real estate and I still do. I have people who are downlines under me. I earn from real estate. I learned enough from my school of business, attended here and there, and mentors. What you must not allow to happen is allow whatever thing you are doing as cash flow, assets, ideas. Don't let it impede, stop, or strangulate or stifle your main vision. Because you will need sustenance. I had to learn all of this. You will need sustenance till you are able to get to that point where you can say fully, it's either those ones who run themselves separately or they fizzle out. So, focus has helped. Focus has helped to the point where I'm beginning to bear my name, Madam Character. Okay? So people can call me Madam Character because consistently I have been saying that this is what I represent. This is what I stand for. This is the value that I bring to you. So workplaces that have me and my team on their consultants list know that these guys are here to straighten us up, ensure we do things well. Leaders who work with us know that we help them watch their back and we help them prepare for a future that can be sustainable. Because that is one of the things that a strong, sound character does for you. It perpetuates anything you are doing positively. And if it's a bad character, it does the same. If it's a bad character, it will also destroy what you have. So, focus consistently. So I'm consistently focused. Those are two words, are very active, very demanding words. There have been distractions. But no, I've been able to focus because it's so clear. And then another question could be, oh, have you ever felt like giving up? I have never felt like giving up. But that's the truth. I mean, because I always say that, I know that as journalists, I've had to ask business people that question. I have never felt like giving up. There are a number of things in life I may have felt I've given up around, not this vision. Clear Paju. No, I have never. And by God's grace, I will never. Okay? So, focus is one of the things that has helped the dream of RCV. Clarity, like I said, and all the babies under it. Clarity continues to give me the energy to run. Even when it wasn't paying financially. You know, pay comes in different things. I was getting paid in knowledge. I've been getting, till now, I'm still getting paid in knowledge. Every time I read, every time I study, every time I attend a course, every time I meet a mentor, every time I meet a coach, every time I have an opportunity to learn, I earn. I understand as much as that. But so your own way of seeing earning, right? Even when it has not started giving me that, I have been able to stay excited and enthusiastic. Focused, of course, committed. Now, the next thing that has helped the vision is commitment. Commitment talks about putting in the work. I'm putting in the hard work. I'm putting in the relevant work. So you can be committed doing nonsense. So this commitment talks about putting in the work, putting in the hard work, putting in the smart work, putting in the relevant work. The work that makes sense to achieving the vision. The work that makes sense to becoming what you want or you know you should become. All right. So the next thing that has helped RCV, as I commit to it, there are things I have never done in almost 10 years. There are ways I have never done work in the last 10 years. I do not, for instance, see myself as a CEO when it's time to work. I tell people I roll up my sleeve and get my hands dirty. I work even harder than anybody working with me. Whoever has worked with me and is watching this video that can say, he's a lie, Mr. Obasa, let them jump out in this comment section. Those who work with me ask me if I don't sleep. They ask me if I rest at all. Okay? So that's how much of commitment I put into what I do. I do not allow any other thing to affect it. I respect it as an area of my life that I do not have to handle anyhow. Because it was entrusted to me. I see my calling, I see my dream as an entrustment. How I handle it will determine whether I'll be given more opportunities to do better things. Those are the things that guide my mind. Now, so I said, I have always been committed. The next thing I want to mention is excitement, which is like enthusiasm that I talked about. One of the major things I know has helped RCV as a team, as an organization so far is excitement. We are not the richest company in Nigeria currently or in the world. We're getting there. We're getting there. But we love to excite ourselves. We have built excitement into work. And excitement for us can be fun. Creating deliberate fun, making time for fun, making time to take care of the people of the team. Why? Because team is important. And at this point, I want to celebrate every and anyone who ever worked in RCV. I'm going to take time to mention names this evening. If you catch up with this video or you see the cut down anywhere, I am saluting you, including my children, because I've had children who have worked and interned at RCV. The first person is Tiolu Animi. She was the first staff member after me because I am also a staff member. The days when I began with the free training and I will have to host a talk show every last Saturday of every month. Tolani was always on my team. She'll be the usher. She'll arrange with me. We'll ensure that everybody will come. If you had anything to share, like her flyers, she'll share it and like that. And then she'll sit pretty and just consume everything her mom is doing. Those were the days before we went on radio. And I had to stop that, but I can tell you it was put on hold. It's not stopped. In the new year that I'm entering, we're likely to bring our community back full-fledged. Now, I celebrate Tiolu Animi Olushola Obasa. Thank you for always following this woman into whatever she's doing and believing in her. I want to celebrate. So she's our first intern ever. The next intern, who is family, is Tireni Olushola Obasa. She's behind the camera now and she's acknowledging the cheers. Oh my God, Tireni Oluwa Excel Olushola Obasa. Thank you for interning. Not every mother or father will have their children want to come and be in their space at work. I thank God for the privilege that they could believe in what I do so much they could put in their quota in this number of years. So I'm talking about people who have been staff members, whether by interning, volunteering, or full staff membership. So my very first employed staff, because I always say that I'm number 001, Babe. RCV001 is Bose de Olushobasa. Okay, so I'm RCV number 001. Bose de Olushobasa. Kudos to you. Thank you for believing in RCV and being a staff. I'm going and forfeiting so many things to ensure that the business got to this point. Maybe I'll look for another day to talk about the sacrifices. I might do that next week. The sacrifices is huge. It's huge, but God has been faithful. And like I said, we're telling our story in bits. We'll never wait. It's part of one of the ways we show gratitude, to know that not everybody that caught a dream in 2014 still has it anywhere. Ours have gone from that thought that appeared in my mind to being built into something growing. Tolulope Olaisade is celebrated. Thank you, Tolu, for believing in RCV. Thank you for playing your part at the time when you could with RCV. Interestingly, a lot of people still don't believe that Tolu has left, and that's because he was 5 years exactly in RCV before he left to do some other things. I want to celebrate Davidson Ihazobo. And by the way, today is Davidson's birthday. Shout out to Davidson. I've not been able to call you, but hey, this shout out to you. Thank you for being you and for your sacrifices. Davidson surprised me. He came in as a volunteer. I never heard that. I know about volunteering, but they are volunteering for a business. And then he said, yes, he understood what he wanted to do. I said, okay, you will not get paid. We're just starting. What we can afford now is just one staff, and that's who we have. I mean, one employee, and that's who we have. And he said, it was fine. Okay. And Davidson volunteered for a whole 1 year. In fact, once he was nearing 1 year, I began a strong advocacy that Davidson, those who want to transit into full membership, he eventually did, because the pressure was a lot. How can you just be volunteering when we already feel that you fit the team and you should earn something substantial? Okay, so the next person I'm going to celebrate and mention is Dorcas Adejoro. That's the third team member, staff of RCV. After Dorcas, thank you, Dorcas, for playing your roles. Thank you for making your own flavor of impact in RCV. I celebrate you. She first interned as a graduate intern, and then she became a full staff, and she stayed 3 years before she left. That was also massive. 3 years out of something that is 9, and then 5 years out of that's massive. So thank you so much. There is no way the story of RCV will be written and these names will be forgotten. It's impossible. It's impossible. Okay. So the next person, the next person is Deborah Olafimiho. Deborah, thank you. She's nearing 3 already. And she's our current operations executive. Thank you so much. Debbie, she likes Debbie. Okay, Debbie Olafimiho, thank you so much for staff members, and most recently our new staff members, Omolara Daramola, Damilola, and as well as Olalekan Braimo. Thank you. And we have Mr. Fatubaro, so all of the people I just mentioned, about 4 of them, they have been around just about this year, and we want to celebrate you. Thank you for beginning to also add your own quota. We're looking forward to a really great journey with you. So I'm talking about team and the excitement we build around our team. For instance, yesterday we were at a photo shoot as a team, and it was really interesting, So thank you, team. Thank you. We call ourselves Team RCV. So it's like your Chelsea or anything. We are a team and we create a theme. Yes, THEME. We are a TEAM creating THEME. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to mention my interns. Many of them are doing so wonderful in many places now. The very first intern, undergraduate intern. So Most of the people I'm going to mention as interns now were undergraduate, and I'll mention it one or two other graduate interns. I'm talking about celebrating teams. So one of the things that have helped RCV fulfill our dream so far are team membership. Team RCV is a strong factor, and what we build around Team RCV is respect and excitement. Of course, hard work. Because there's a lot of hard work to do, we have to balance it and be intentional about creating excitement. I know my children were saying even yesterday that wheresoever RCV are gathered, there is enjoyment. I'm like, you people, when we are working, where are you? You people, I beg you. So no Allah. So I was going to mention Esther. Esther's birthday also falls sometime this October. Esther Dumai. She's the very, 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 very first outside of family intern, and she was an undergraduate intern. Ruth Oche is the next. Ruth Oche came in as an undergraduate. She's a graduate now. She's a mass comm graduate, and she's doing phenomenally well. I'm proud of you. Thank you, Ruth, for all that you did. Thank you for growing. I'm glad that RCV could contribute to your life and could make you certain about what you wanted to do with life. I appreciate you. Thank you. So you see, these are things you are able to do when you're growing a business and you're feeling you're feeling excited about being part of the growth process. Like it's happening in your eyes when you give birth to a baby and the baby is growing. You're like, oh, the baby of yesterday, you can now talk, you can now call mommy, you can now eat, baby can always eat. No, all of my carry, you can now eat. Baby start eating from when they arrive. Just that what they eat changes. Okay, so, but I'm just saying that gratitude will make you appreciate everything. Somebody can look at me and say, what's in their bottom line? I beg you, come off, call the crab of ingratitude. Be grateful. Me, I will celebrate God for 9 years of running a business in training and consulting as a woman with a big God, scaling heights and making the name and bringing glory to the God who trusted me enough to give me this. So don't ask me that how much have you made that should make you do a video and say you are glad. That's your own way of reviewing success. It's fine, it's yours. It's yours. I follow the template in life that says celebrate your small wins and they'll never stop until they have formed the mileage and they have become mega. You know when Prince Emmanuel say the breast is go loud, you go worry the neighbors. Hey, so that's why they beat people gathering. When your own go come, you know go use them down. So I'm celebrating team today. I'm celebrating team and I'm looking at team excitement, creating excitement, making people feel excited about coming to work, and creating growth as part of excitement. So I mentioned Esther, I mentioned Ruth. There are so many. There is and then I had my people from the new breed at a point. So I had Jessica Williams, Omo Baba Willie. Then there were a set that came together. I had Deji Aderomu, my respected UNICEF top shot in a matter of time. Then I had AK Mini, Jolly Appa. Okay, I had AK Mini. Around that time, there was Mrs. Yekini. She was in for a brief. And then I had the Port Harcourt's Madam, Gifted. Yes. And there was a time we had Alozie. We had Alozie Claire. A number of beautiful people. And the Yanu Oluwashonde. But you see, one thing that this excitement has helped RCV achieve is when you are family to RCV, you are family forever. Except if you zoned yourself out by not being true to the culture. Except if, and I mean that has never happened. Except, oh yeah, we also have Ladapo. I had Ladapo. What's his surname again? Anyway, Toby Ladapo, yes. I had Toby Ladapo at a point as well. Toby didn't stay for long too. So, and all of them like that. So, but the point I'm making this evening is that it's been very, very amazing. It's been very, very awesome having these great young men and women work with RCV. Not just work for RCV. Their sweat, their wisdom, their strength, their time has gone into RCV. They have been manuring the earth of RCV. They have brought RCV to where RCV is today. And what's more, we celebrate our directors. They are not loud and shouty at all, but always throwing in critical, useful counsel at every point in time. Mr. Sunday Olorunseyi, Mr. Olushola Obasa, Mr. Emmanuel Olorunseyi, we celebrate you. Thank you. Thank you for our stakeholders as well. I mean, little or much, once and again, they show up for our events. They are part of a thing or the other. We celebrate all of you. We celebrate all of you. RCV is 9. 5 here, 4 here. Come November 5, 2024. So I've been telling the story of things that I see have helped. Next week, I will talk about sacrifice and resilience in spite of it. So I'm wrapping up today by saying something about motivation. So going with team, maybe, okay, let me take my time to do motivation next week as well. So I have to run now. It's been, my time is up and I've totally enjoyed myself. You're catching up with this video. I'm sorry, those who may have wanted to join on Mind Your Character Facebook, I noticed network was not doing good. So, and it has exited, but from what I see here, Mind Your Character Instagram is still very much live. And thank you everyone. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Stay grateful. Don't forget, tell your story. Nobody can tell your story like you. So there were people who had to write Iguf's story for him. I'm sure there was also somebody who told plenty stories and had people around him. But it was easy for people to write his story. We read about him today. He didn't write about himself. Okay, so telling your story is not pride. There is no rule that says you must wait till you are 25 or you become 100 and something before you tell your story. It's already late. Those who should have learned resilience from you have long gone into depression because you didn't say how you were scaling. You kept mum. You called it too small. You were wrong. Tell your story. You know I do this every year and I look for different amazing. Sometimes I publish a magazine just today. Sometimes I do a series like this just today. Tell the story. These are times when anyone who is venturing or pushing the frontiers in any way should be commended. Well done. Everyone adding value to our world. This is me saying, enjoy your weekend and let us do this again next week, Friday, by God's special grace. God bless you and bye. Let me dance to my music before I exit Instagram. This has been Mind Your Character with Bosede Olushola Obasa. And today at, okay, not today, tomorrow. Oh yeah, tomorrow at 8, Saturday. I already thought today was Saturday. Tomorrow at 8, I'll have a live session with Madam Rosemary Eze. And I'll put up the adverts on my wall so you can join me there. She's doing phenomenal things. I'm hosting some very important talks and I'll be our guest tomorrow. Take care everyone, and